Commercial farming. This system of agriculture involves cultivation of crops for sale in the market. These crops are called cash crops. They include sugarcane, tobacco, fiber crops, and oilseeds. This type of agriculture involves the use of high yielding variety HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides to obtain higher productivity. The degree of commercialization of agriculture varies in different parts of the country. For example, rice is a commercial crop in Punjab and Haryana, but it is a subsistence crop in Odisha. Commercial farming has also good results in Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh. In most other states, there are small land holdings. Therefore, commercial farming cannot be popularized throughout the country. However, the government is now trying to change the situation through consolidation of such land holdings. It is usually practiced in the areas where plenty of land is available and market economy is well developed. Plantation is also a type of commercial farming. Okay, in this type of farming, a single crop is grown on a large area. The plantation of an interference of agriculture and industry, capital intensive inputs. So plantation cover large tracts of land using capital intensive inputs with the help of migrant laborers. All the produce is used as raw materials in respective industries. In India, tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, etc. are important plantation crops. Tea in Assam and North Bengal, coffee in Karnataka are some of the important plantation crops grown in these states. Since the production is mainly for market, a well-developed network of transport and communication connecting plantation areas, processing industries and market plays an important role in the development of plantations. The main features of commercial farming are: crops are mainly grown for sale. Large farms are required. Mechanized farming is practiced. It is prevalent in areas where farms are large and market economy is well developed. Okay. Intensive farming. This is the system of farming under which small farms are cultivated intensively using large inputs of manual labor, manures and fertilizers. Since it is a labor intensive system, it is practiced in those areas where the density of population is high. Emphasis is laid on increasing the per hectare yield by using good quality seeds, rich manure and fertilizers and water supply through irrigation. Usually more than one crop is cultivated on the same field and the land is under one crop or the other throughout the year. This type of agriculture is practiced in irrigated areas of plantations, plains of North India and the coastal areas of South India. The main crops grown are rice and wheat. The main features of intensive farming are: small farms are intensely cultivated, more than one crop is cultivated on the same field. To increase the output, rich manure and fertilizers, good quality seeds and irrigation facilities are used. It is a labor intensive system. So from this it is clear that intensive farming is a labor intensive unit where lots of labor, the entire family or the entire community, they work on a small portion of land. Since the region is densely populated, the land holdings are small. Secondly, they use modern methods of cultivation, or they use scientific methods of cultivation. They use insecticides, pesticides, they will irrigate the land, they will use fertilizers. Okay, and the land is cultivated throughout the year. All the three crops, Rabi, Kharif and Zaid, all three crops are grown. That means throughout the year something or the other is grown on that land. So the result is what? The land loses its fertility as the time passes. the land loses fertility quite quickly. Now we move on to extensive farming. This type of farming is practiced on farms of large size with the help of machines, and the input of labor per unit area is low. So as compared to intensive farming, you can see extensive farming. In intensive farming, it is a labor intensive unit. Extensive farming is a mechanized unit. Intensive farming, the land holding is small. Extensive farming, the land holding is big. Crop specialization is one of the major characteristic of this farming. Again, another difference: in intensive farming, a variety of crops are grown on the same piece of land, whereas on extensive farming, one type of a crop is grown. That is, the farmer specializes in a couple of major commercial crops. The emphasis is laid on increased production. The main crops grown are rice, wheat, sugarcane, etc. This type of farming is practiced in Terai region of sub-Himalayan Himalayas and is in parts of northwestern India. The main features of extensive farming are: farms are huge in size, machines are used, farmers specialize in production of one or two major commercial crops. It is highly capital intensive. Crop yield is high with large surplus for sale. Then we move on to plantation farming. Plantations are large tracts of land or estates used for cultivation of a single agricultural crop like tea, coffee, rubber, or spices. A plantation does not include naturally occurring plants. Such type of farming is labor intensive with huge capital investment involving modern and scientific techniques. Plantations were introduced in India by the Europeans. Many planters in India still lack technical knowledge, managerial facilities, managerial ability, quality control, and even transport facilities. The plantation crop usually cater to export market and earn foreign exchange. Plantation farming is carried on in some parts of India like the hills of South India and Northeast India, where tea, coffee, and rubber are cultivated. The main features of plantation farming are: one crop is cultivated using modern scientific methods. Chemical fertilizers, herbicides, and insecticides are used extensively. It is undertaken on a large tract of land using modern machinery. Commercial crops are grown for sale. In order to meet the expense, capital investment is made. Latest technology and modern methods of agriculture are used. So, plantation agriculture is carried out by very rich farmers, right? Mixed farming. Cultivation of crops and raising of animals simultaneously is called as mixed farming. Subsidiary occupations like fruits and vegetables, gardens, and poultry farming may also be practiced. Two or more crops are grown together. In such case, a number of crops with varying maturing periods are sown at the same time. The crop maturing early is generally harvested before the growth of the long maturing crops. Mixed farming ensures a steady income for the farmers because if the agriculture fails due to adverse climate or any other reason, they can look back to the other means like cattle raising for income. The main features of mixed farming are: crops and animals are raised simultaneously, two or more crops are grown together, rotation of crop is practiced, it ensures steady income to the farmers. In the next class, we will study about the cropping pattern, that is the Rabi crop, the Kharif crop, and the major crops grown in these season. Okay, we have millets to cover, we have rice, wheat, maize, and other food crops such as sugarcane. All these we will be doing in the next chapter. Horticulture. What is horticulture? Horticulture actually is the second, till 2014, India was the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world after China. Okay. Horticulture is the growing of fruits and vegetables. India is a producer of tropical as well as temperate fruits. Mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal, oranges of Nagpur and Cherrapunji, Meghalaya, bananas of Kerala, Mizoram, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, lychee and guavas of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, pineapples of Meghalaya, grapes of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, apples, pears, apricots, and walnuts of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh are in great demand over the world. So, India produces about 13% of the world's vegetables. It is an important producer of pea, cauliflower, onion, cabbage, tomato, brinjals, and potatoes. So, in the next chapter, we will study about the food crops, the non food crops, and such things.